orbital command. He's going to put it back down, but I do not know if that's a good idea, because if the Stalkers tried to push in right now, he would lose the orbital command. We're kind of at a high, intense standoff where Justify is a little bit too antsy to push out and push in and try to end this game, and TLO is desperately trying to mass up some sort of army, actually deciding to be comfortable enough to push up. There's the stim, melting away that Zealot, and he gets a Stalker and a Zealot at the cost of a Marine and a Marauder. Here comes the final push, morphing in 4 Zealots at the front to really tank damage. I really like that choice, because it's all about warp placement. If you warp in those 4 Zealots, it really prevents the Marines and the Marauders from getting a good concave on the Stalkers, pulling off all of his SCVs again, and he really should try to push this out. This should really be when he tries to stop another Colossus out. You can see this is amazing play by Justify. I really like the positioning he has. I've never really heard of Justify, but I'm actually going to find some more of his replays right after this game, because if you can beat TLO, who did Fast Expand, you are obviously a very good player. Actually going to hold off this, but you have to beg to ask the question, is it enough? As I swallow, because this game is just so intense, there's really nothing that he can do. He's actually going to lose both of these medevacs. That is a huge deal, because he really needs those medevacs to heal. Pulling more SCVs off the line, and is he going to pick off that? Yes, he will pick off that Zealot. You can see that this push is really kind of being really effective, really cost effective. And there's just one Stalker who is saying, don't worry guys, you guys can chill, I got this. I'll take on this Terran wall. And now we're back at a standoff again. It's kind of this awkward standoff where the Protoss is desperately trying to warp in units. He's actually grabbing a 3rd, and this Marine is saying, guys, come on. Really? A Nexus and my machine gun? I got this. Apparently, we have a Terran army who has heroes and a Protoss army who has heroes. We have hero Stalkers and hero Marines all over the place. Mostly mules, but I think that this expansion is just now starting to pay for itself. So this was a really good choice by the Terran player. And the Protoss player has to be like, WTF, man. How is he still building some units so quickly? If I was a Protoss, I'd really send just 1 Zealot or 1 Stalker to every single expansion on the map. Just like, not send them there and hold position, or maybe this probe. And just to scout, I mean, this probe's really just doing absolutely nothing. And if he scouted this, it would really be GG for TLO. He would lose any sort of mining that he actually does have off of 3 base, and this Marine apparently died to a probe rush, and here comes the push. We did not see a stim, and there's the stim. Yeah, he's running in just as Marauders. I think he's going to try to pick off this pylon. Oh, he could have picked off the pylon if he had wanted to. I think that would have been a smart choice, because that would mean no more warping in units for the Protoss player, and I think Terran is kind of at a unit disadvantage. If we go to the unit counting station, you can see the unit counting station, for those of you who do not know, is the thing in the upper left. He's going to lose 3 Marauders just to a miss rally. Anyways, we have 18 Marauders, 6 medevacs, 1 Viking, and 5 Marines to 20 Stalkers, 2 Colossus, and 2 Zealots. So I would have to say that the favor is hugely in the Protoss player. Here comes the final push, I believe. Nope, he's kind of pushing. He wants to really force a stim, but here it is. He finally decides to go in. He is going to be melting away at these Marauders. Very smart to be going for extremely Marauder heavy play, but there is not really much that the Terran player can do against 2 Stalkers with no Vikings, and there's a 1 Viking shooting away very slowly, and the Marauders stim up. They're going to push in here. There actually does go down the Colossus, so this battle is kind of even. Perfect concave by the Terran player, and he's going to finally push out. He may be able to actually pick off all of these Stalkers, and if he can't get them all, that would be a cost-effective push. But TLO is really far behind. If you go to the unit count section, you can see 49 actually, no, he's tied with the Protoss player. I think that this was an all-in that did fail. TLO did hold it off. So he is about even in supply. He really should just pull back, or at least try to pick up this 3rd, because unfortunately enough for Justify, he cannot lift off his Nexus and have it float in the air. He's going to be losing a lot of probes. I really don't know. Did Justify just forget to make probes? I mean, he killed 50 of TLO's workers. That's kind of interesting to me, that Justify opted to not get any sort of probes. You can see he does have the money for it. I mean, it's not like getting 3 probes of constant production is too much to ask for. And he would be, look at this, no saturation, no probes. Did Justify just forget to make probes, or was that all in? He literally has, okay, there's some more, but I mean, if we go to the unit counting station, you can see 35 probes to 58 SCVs. I think he just forgot to make probes. Kind of a huge blunder by Justify. So I guess he really was just kind of looking for that early game win, because now there's really not much that he can in fact do. He did lose his 3rd, and he says something like Mist Wolf dich Josh, and yeah, just a whole bunch of other stuff. So he is apparently German, and that would be understandable, and that is right, because TLO is in fact German, but he also speaks English as well. TLO is possibly the most lovable German I have ever seen in my entire life. If you've seen that guy, he's always smiling. He is just always so happy. And now they're talking a little bit, and TLO is just saying, I am going to beat you with this push. Is I think essentially what he is trying. Is he's definitely thinking, but TLO very respectful player, and still talking while he's playing. And there's the GG. And if you've ever watched the GSLs, I literally think this is the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. Is when a Korean player, or I mean a Korean caster that's watching the player, they see the GG, they go JJ. So I think from now on I will actually say that, and that will hopefully add some excitement and a little bit of electricity to this cast every time the cast does in fact end. And this is Big Bear StarCraft. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys have an excellent today and a wonderful tomorrow, and I am signing out. Hoping you guys enjoyed this TLO versus Justify all in. And yes, I am signing out.